We all know belly fat is not pretty, but did you know it's been linked to a long list of health conditions? Heart disease, diabetes, breast cancer even. So our guest today, God bless her soul, she has the answer to getting that flat belly. Welcome author and registered dietitian, Kristin LaRue. Hey.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. And
we got to mention this book because the co-author just happens to be our own Tara Gaitis as well, which is pretty cool. But the Flat Belly Cookbook for Dummies. Can we first discuss, though, what causes belly fat and why it's so bad?
Yeah, well, belly fat, of course, nobody wants it, but it is caused by a lot of factors. What you eat, but also the stress you have in your life. I'm sure you can relate to that.
I can relate.
Not because you're belly, just because you're psychotherapist.
Why, Kristina, why is belly fat dangerous than, say, other types of fat, like around the thighs or around the arms?
Good question. Well, belly fat is located right next to all of your vital organs.
Okay.
So if you have more fat than you actually, you know, it can cause the hormones to get into your organs and release those.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. We don't want the belly fat.
Absolutely not.
But then how is it possible to eat yourself to a flat stomach? Is this a gimmick, or I mean, what's the idea behind that?
Absolutely. This is not a fad diet. It's about eating foods that power you so that you aren't feeling deprived, eating light, eating often. That's why I have all of these foods here, like the monounsaturated fats in avocado have been linked to reduction in belly fat.
It's about eating the right
That's
things.
right. So we talked about the good foods, but I know also in the book you talk about the bad foods, the belly bloaters. So what are those and how do we avoid them?
Some of those belly bloaters are sugar alcohols.
Okay.
They're not digested fully in the stomach, so what ends up happening is you get a bloated feeling. Also, sodium is really causes you to retain fluids.
Are there some like typical foods that have those sugar alcohols and?
Yes, all of your diet candies and sugar gums.
Diet soda, that kind of thing?
Good to know. So the gum chewing might not be helping with that flat belly.
Well, I actually see one of my favorites, chips. How can chips keep me?
Yeah,
I'm all over the chips, right?
It's all about portion control. Here is a little rotisserie chicken cup, and we put them in a tortilla chip. Just it's a little portion. You have a balance of the protein with the carbohydrates. And of course, corn tortilla chips are a whole grain.
So what do you got in here? We got some rotisserie chicken. Look at all this. We got some dried blueberries.
Yes,
That's a good idea.
You want to help me make it? The
Absolutely.
rotisserie chicken salad? Well, all you have to do is just start with some shredded chicken.
Now, did you shred that yourself, or could we buy a rotisserie chicken at the store?
Yes, I bought the rotisserie chicken, and my favorite way to shred chicken is to throw it in the stand mixer, and just it takes 2 seconds to get it nice and shredded.
Okay.
But I will use some Greek yogurt.
Okay.
It's really high in amino acids, which help to build your muscle proteins, and that also helps with, you know, reducing belly fat.
It helps us to stay full, right, when we have more protein, which we want.
So no mayo.
No mayo.
What was that?
That is some lemon juice to give it a nice flavor.
I like that.
And we have some dried blueberries, of course, without added sugars.
Okay.
And how are blueberries good for the belly fat?
Blueberries are high in antioxidants, and they help to control your stress hormones.
Oh, wow. So blueberries are
Avocado,
super
of
good.
course.
We love avocado around here.
We could have like 3 avocados in there. We would not complain.
Now,
I love it.
I
So
love
creamy and
dishes
nice.
like this, but I would want some crunch. So what would you suggest?
Well, the crunch is from the tortilla chip.
Oh, and celery.
Celery.
Crunch.
Little celery, and then you have some chives.
Ah, I like those. And it has a lot of nice color. This could be something that could be a lunch as a wrap, but even for a party.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would
Maybe
definitely
Norma
wrap
can
that
make
up.
this for her party.
I know. And for her anniversary party. Norma, you can do that.
They're kid-friendly too, and that's what I love about them. Is they're really easy for an appetizer or for the kids.
Yeah, and I'm going to guess there's some emotional benefits to eating healthy as well, because when you eat healthy, then it releases certain chemicals in the brain.
Absolutely.
Well. So I'm going to go for that whole plate at lunch, if that's okay with you.
Can I have this one?
Yeah.
The only thing I would add, though, is probably some hot sauce.
I think could you dress up this recipe with other flavors to make it like a buffalo or maybe Greek?
Yes, that's what I love about making chicken salad is if you don't have dried blueberries around, maybe you use some cranberries, mix it in, and make it your own.
Now, I got to ask you, because when someone takes on something like this, you know you need to eat well, and you know what types of food you need, but what's your biggest tip for the longevity of it, for making making sure that you actually do prepare these for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, you know?
Well, that is the awesome thing about this book is we give you those step-by-step instructions on how to make this a lifestyle change, because it is definitely not a diet. It's something that you can do over the long haul. Lots of tips on how to pack a smarter lunchbox for kids, lots of kid-friendly recipes. It's not just for, you know, the adults.
I like that it's really easy to read and you have a lot of information on the nutrients, so not just like what you should eat, but why you should eat it as well. And I think that helps when we understand why we're eating a certain way.
Well, you guys are the foodie ladies. This is something I'd like to know as well, because a lot of times we have viewers write in and they have a problem where maybe the spouse is putting on some weight and they want to say something but in a nice way. Can you do that without, you know, ruining your relationship? I mean, what would you recommend for telling a spouse, hey, maybe we should try this flat belly cookbook?
I think that's the key word, we, right? We want to include everyone.
Yeah, and just make some recipes, and he might be excited about how fun this really is. And
not realize.
Not realize that he's actually eating healthy foods.
I get it. Well,
Who
thank
knows?
you.
You can tell there's Greek yogurt in there.
Yeah.
He'll think it's mayo.
All right, we'll start scooping these up. And don't worry, guys, because the recipes always go on our website, emotionalmojo.com, so you can go there and check it out. You can watch the video and make it along with us. And check out the book, Flat Belly Cookbook for Dummies. It's available now, so go ahead and pick that up.